Well, that was not fun. Got out my car, went into the post office because I had a parcel or two to post before I went to work. Came back to the car. Big lump of dog poo on the pavement. Guess who stepped in it? Clean up your dog mess, people. Not that I think anybody that watches this video is a person that doesn't. But how ridiculous is that? It does not take a lot. I'm bouncing. So I had to go back to the shop and say, I don't know whether there's anything you can do. And can I please use your anti-bac spray? Luckily, I've got anti-bac wipes in my car. So I've cleaned the bottom of my shoe off because I didn't want to be putting that over the pedals of my car. Rant over, off to work I go. So I know this should be breakfast, but it's my dinner. And it's 254 calories for some porridge and some yoghurt. No, not yoghurt. Fruit with my squash that's sugar-free. So this is my total snack calories. That's a lot, I know. And I will explain more later. 1,158 altogether. Tea is southern fried chicken with 2 corn nuggets and chips. It's 504 calories in total. And the snack amount, I didn't eat all of that 1,154 at once. It is through the whole of the day. And there's going to be a whisper that's next. And that's 192 calories. And it is included in that 1,158 calories. So as you can see, not the best of days, but it's about to change. So, you know, sometimes when you're starting something new and you know that change is coming, and before it happens, you need to just get things out of your system. I'm not being as bad as I would be if I was starting something like a new diet where you know you're starting it on the Monday and then you've got the weekend and you go, oh, I'm just going to, you know, make the most of the weekend. I haven't been as bad as I could have been or that I have been in the past, but I definitely have been very loosely calorie counting. I didn't go over by many, so I think it was 139, so it's not too bad, but I definitely could have done better because you've seen, well, I'll put a screen scroll here of what I ended on. And I didn't have breakfast. I ended up having my breakfast for my dinner in work. And then my tea was oven food, so it was convenient, which is fine because, you know, calorie count, you can do what you like. But I do try or want to try to incorporate as much veg. I haven't been doing that this week. Now, planning for me is key. I definitely have better losses when I do plan. Haven't done much of that. Well, I have planned, I just haven't stuck to it. So, after last night's video and my little mini announcement that I'm going to be starting something new, I've had messages, I've had comments, lots of people thinking that I'm starting Weight Watchers or WW as it's now called. No, I'm not doing that. So basically nothing is changing. I'm sticking to calorie counting. However, I'm going to do it more mindfully. Now, you've seen the quotes that I'm doing. You've seen that I'm trying to take a little bit more time for me, a bit of self-care, and the lovely Adele, the holistic dieter, reached out and asked me, would I be interested in starting her January kickstart before January? So of course I said absolutely, I'd love to, because she's curious to see if it works for other people as it's worked for her. I'm curious, obviously, to see if it works for me and other people. So I'm starting this on the 1st of December. So it's going to be basically how I'll fare with Christmas. But I think that's the kind of the key. We had a lovely meeting last night, and through talking to her, I think when you're doing something like this, where you're writing in a journal, and we know what I'm like historically for writing in journals, it never goes well. But I say that it never goes well, and I think I set myself up to fail before I've even started. And this is what I've got from speaking to her. So what I'm going to do is... Coffee back? Yeah, I'll be there now. Coffee back. Yeah, so I don't want to be setting myself up to... to fail before I've even started. So I'm a positive person anyway, but there's definitely aspects that I'm not very positive in. And I think that lets me down because I could definitely do better in other areas than I think that I could. And I'm sure that all of us are the same. So I've got, well, she sent me all the info. I'll put a couple of screenshots here of what it entails. I've got a little journal and I'm just really excited to try something different, to try something new. And the stuff that she talks, honestly, if you haven't watched, I'm going to link her channel down below. She makes so much sense. She really does. Now, it says on the bottom of these sheets, this, you know, disclaimer, she's not a nutritionalist. She knows so many things. And it's all through research, through her reading, just finding out the stuff because she's interested to know. And the way she was explaining it to me last night just made perfect sense. So I'm starting this tomorrow. I haven't been shopping, which is what I was intending on doing, but you know what things are like. I've got in from work late and just things are not, it's just been crazy tonight. So I'm not going to use that as an excuse to not start it. I have got frozen vegetables downstairs. I'm going to go and either make a soup or plan for what meals I'm having that are incorporating the stuff, because what I have decided that I'm going to do is eat more whole foods and less processed things just to start. So I'm not going to do anything that's going to take me completely out of my comfort zone and that I'm going to try too hard with, because as she said yesterday, if you try and do too much all at one time, it's just going to come crumbling down. So I'm going to make realistic goals, or set realistic goals, and plan realistically. And I really hope that I don't let her down either, because the work that she's put into what she's sent me, you can see how much time and effort and how much it means to her as well. So I want to do well for her, and I'm thinking that by wanting to do well for her and me, it'll go even better. So we'll see. We will see. I mean, it's only going to be as good as I allow it to be, isn't it? So there we are. That is what I'm doing. I am going to, well, I've said I'm going to pop screen scroll, so you'll have seen those, and just take every day as it comes. I think that's the important thing, is to take every day as it comes, not to pressure yourself too much, but I think sometimes you need to put that little bit of pressure on, otherwise you don't feel, I don't know, we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for my first day of doing things. Is it mindfully? I don't know. Possibly. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching.